I saw this fantastic documentary called Jandek on Corwood, Corwood, and what it was about is this obscure musician who records music in apparently his home. Nobody really knows because he's quite the mysterious, and on this like reel-to-reel recorder, a very impromptu, unprofessional setup that he has. You know, if he makes mistakes, that stays on the album. If there's a motorcycle noise outside of his house, that goes on the album. Him bumping into the microphone will go on the album. And it's this raw, I just love it because it's this raw realism, and it gives the listener an ability to connect with the musician, because so much of today's music, and pretty much in all entertainment, it has to be is so polished, so perfected, so digitally altered, and even humans, we're doing that to ourselves with all the plastic surgery. And there's just something beautiful when you mix art with imperfection. And then taking that, and I learned from that movie and saying, well, why can't we live lives like that, where we really embrace our imperfection and make that an integral component of who we are? It's just a beautiful release in freedom, in being unique, being individualistic, and being ourselves. It gives us that breathing space to just be and not worry, oh, did I say the right thing? Did I answer the right way, or am I dressing appropriately? But just saying, part of being human is having tons and tons of imperfections. And in fact, those imperfections accentuate and bring out our brilliance, our gifts. So another really admirable thing about the Jandek, Jandek, and check it out on Netflix. It's a little bit on the slow side as far as the documentary goes, but very illuminating, because it's really hard for me to find people that I connect with, that I feel like, oh, there's a kindred spirit. And I just felt a sense of connection with this musician. Like, I'd love to just sit down and have a cup of coffee with him and, discuss his philosophy on life. He just has just an alternative way of living and looking at the world. Another real admirable thing he does is, he in the past, he releases, I think, about on average 2 records a year, and his, he publishes them himself. He's the distributor, and he does all the work. And he says, he's very honest. In the past 8 years, he's probably sold 150 records. But there's a core group of people that really are able to connect with his music and identify with his, his realness and his authenticity in his songs. Even though his musical talents might be lacking, that doesn't stop him from just doing it. And so much of our lives, we inhibit ourselves because we're constantly thinking we're not good enough. And here's a guy who's a machinist who says, I just love to sing, I just love to express who I am, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to foot the bill, and I'm going to do it for the sake of creating the art. How the world reacts to it is up to them. So he doesn't give, he's given like one interview, but he's really reclusive and not wanting to be self-promoted, and people want to interview him, talk to him, and kind of find out what's going on here, and he would have an opportunity to sell a lot more records, but he wants the records and the art to stand on itself, and he's and to kind of, it really has nothing to do with him. Here he is, he creates it and does it for the love of it, and is not in it for, like I said, for the money and the promotion, the fame, and success and adulation. I don't even think he performs live. Maybe he has recently, but in the documentary it said he didn't perform live. And what a role model, because this day and age we're so taught, achieve, succeed, become someone, make something of yourself, get money, get fame, and that's so embedded in us, and we have so few examples of people who think outside of the box. And yeah, I'm sure they're out there, and we just don't know about them. But it's nice to be exposed to them. And I think they have so much to offer because they haven't sold out. They haven't compromised who they are, compromised their art for $1. So taking that and applying it to our lives, because I believe how we live our life is an art, is an expression of beauty, of majesty, of magic. It's a work of art, our lives, and we're constantly painting and altering the canvas, changing the colors, and sadly, most times, other people, other influences are painting our canvas. Whether it be the media, family, friends, that's peer pressure, conformity. And there's something beautiful about really being centered and going within and just allowing your core to come out of you, giving it the space, the freedom, and the ability to fail, and to create your life as a work of art. And then we all have, passions or things that we want to do that we really love, but we think, oh, I'll never make money at it, I'll never be famous, I'll never succeed, or I suck. And watching this movie showed me, you don't have to be the best at it. You just have to be who you are and be true to that. And there will be people out there who identify with it and connect with it. And, even making these videos, I've made some great friends. And because I always thought, all these beliefs and value systems, and I just, being a black sheep, there was a sense of loneliness that I've constantly felt all my life. And there's not other people out there who, are on the same wavelength or have the similar values or thoughts. And it was so refreshing to find people out there that I was able to connect with and also appreciated, putting the videos out there. So we all have gifts, and it doesn't matter how great we are at the gifts. All that matters is that we take action and offer them and put it out there for others to enjoy and appreciate. Thank you very much for listening.